Hey you guys, what's up? It's Anime Blaze coming to you with another video that is right. And as promised, I am doing a review of Maetel Legend. Now, what got me into this series in the first place? Well, looking back at the old series of Galaxy Express 39, that is also created by Leiji Matsumoto, you it throws you into the beginning of the series expecting you to know and pick up on with everything that's going on. And most of the stuff is and can be explained in flashbacks of the main character. However, the backstory of the character of Maetel is left a mystery. Why is she accompanying this young man to get this mechanical body in the first place? Why is she on this train? Why is, she just seems so mysterious in the first place. Why is she so motherly to this kid that she probably barely knows? Well, some of those are explained in flashback, but everything about her that possibly could be, still a mystery is explained in this 2-episode OVA series. Now, the story behind this series is, well, it's a prequel. The story begins with the planet of La Metal or La Metal, depending on which translation you're watching or reading or whatever. And pretty much tells you exactly how it goes. The planet was once full of life and had nothing but, I guess, like the typical 4 seasons of any planet. And, or as far as they explained to us, it was bound by uh, like eternal springtime. Like it was always spring on this planet. However, once this planet was knocked out of the orbit of our solar system, you know, it's out of the ways of the sun, out of the sunlight. It can no longer really receive light. Therefore, this planet was cloaked in eternal winter, which made it hard for the citizens to even survive in the first place, the people of this planet. So, with that in mind, the queen at the time, let me think, queen, let me see, hold on. This is a long, complicated, drawn out name. Let me see if I got this right. Queen La Andromeda Prometheum. Yeah, Queen La Andromeda Prometheum. I'll just say Prometheum. She got the idea in her head that the only way for her citizens to survive, for her people to survive on this planet, is to become mechanized, getting mechanical bodies, and therefore surviving. Nobody dies off really. They actually survive and live through this. And in all honesty, that sounds like a pretty good idea. However, as the story progresses within this series, you see just how bad it actually gets. It's not so much that it was her fault, but it's more along the lines of it was the fault of the person who took advantage of her kindness and wanted the best for her people. This guy simply wanted to take over the planet. And being mechanized and knowing the ins and outs of the system, what to do, and seeing how he's the person who's even running the whole show with the mechanization, no one's there to stop him, really. However, the characters Maetel, again, the person from Galaxy Express 39, and her quote-unquote sister, Emeraldus, which is, I'll get to that in a second. Her sister, Emeraldus, both have to come up with the plan to either stop this, mechanization thing going on, or to figure out something. Now, the things that I like about these characters, the thing I like about Maetel, Emeraldus, and Promethea in this particular series is the fact that they still retain most of their traits that they show in sequels, like Space Symphony Maetel. For example, Maetel in this series, I would say, is kind yet hesitant. She knows, she's like probably the kindest person you'll ever meet, and she'll go out of her way to do things for you. You know, no doubt about that. She's probably the most helpful character you'll ever find, and most motherly and caring. But whenever it comes to killing, in order to ensure her own survival or the survival of someone else, she knows the consequences of her actions. She knows what she has to do, but She just can't bring herself to harm another creature, and that's one of her biggest downfalls. However, her sister Emeraldus is probably a foil, which in like literary terms, which a lot of authors and book writers and stuff like to use, is a character who represents the exact opposite of the main character or any other character. Her sister Emeraldus is very courageous, but brash and somewhat risky. She's willing to go into action. And as a matter of fact, when they're first given weapons, she's the first one to seem very anxious to take out this whole robot scheme to overthrow the queen and run the planet. But her actions are kind of brash, and she's willing to jump into almost any situation to do it. Kind of the same spectrum as Maetel, but they're opposites of each other, which I like. They complement each other, and the character of Prometheum is always seen as the motherly, caring character, especially since she is the mother. She wants the best for her daughters, and that's also seen in Space Symphony and Maetel. Now, all of these traits for all of these characters are also seen in Space Symphony Maetel, which I think is freaking awesome that they kept it plain to the T and just like carried it over. Nothing changed too much about the characters, no overhaul of the entire character traits or the characters themselves. They were pretty much stayed mostly the same. That's awesome. Now, what are my thoughts on this series? To me, honestly, I see it as a great opportunity to get into the Galaxy Express 39 anime series. I mean, especially seeing the fact is how the original 1978 anime series itself starts out with expecting you to know exactly what's going on, or it starts like it's in the middle of the storyline, which I hate when animes do that, because how are you going to start off with episode one with expecting the viewer to know exactly what's going on and to catch on just like that? That's not exactly how things should be run. So, starting off with Maetel Legend is a good start. It's better than nothing. Now, the reason I say better than nothing is because Leiji Matsumoto, as I say this in everything that I review that's by Leiji Matsumoto, is that this guy pretty much just tosses the idea of continuity out of the window. You cannot take the fact that you cannot take this series and really link it 100% to the original Galaxy Express 39 series is kind of off, especially when you consider the fact that Maetel Legend was made in the year 2000 or 1999, because animation still screams 90s, and Space Symphony Maetel was created in 2004. With that being said, that would mean that the idea of Emeraldus being Maetel's sister would have to have been used a long, long time ago, and should have been used, if not before. I mean, especially considering this is a prequel. You can't just introduce a new idea expecting everybody who's watched the original series to just go along with it and just say, oh yeah, well yeah, they're sisters, so it's got to make sense. So that's one flaw I've always had with this series. There's always one or two characters out of place, yet the story makes 100% and it's always connected. Check out my thoughts on the Captain Harlock Endless Odyssey series. It's the same way, but that's a different video. Honestly, guys, the animation is really good. The characters are pretty solid, especially if you want to know where the series goes in general. It's a good place to start with Galaxy Express 39. Even if you just want to jump straight in with the series, with the 1978 series, I mean, that's cool too, but honestly, with most series, I'd want to try to get a groundwork laid out for me in the first place. So, honestly, guys, start out with Maetel Legend and then go and watch Space Symphony Maetel, which, if you pay attention to how Maetel Legend ends, you'll see that Space Symphony Maetel picks up exactly where Maetel Legend left off. And that's honestly another huge plus. It's a direct sequel. It only took them 4 years to make it a sequel to this. So that's honestly really cool. Seeing as how the events all piece together. So guys, those are my thoughts on Maetel Legend. It's a great anime series if you're looking for a place to start and pick up. Um, Leiji Matsumoto did an okay, well, he did an okay job with it. And my rating on it, what would I rate this series? I'd rate it a good, solid 8 out of 10. You don't have to start with it, but it's good if you want to find a groundwork for it. Of course, there's continuity issues, like Matsumoto, but nonetheless, it's good. So, with that being said, this is the Anime Blaze signing off saying, never doubt your capabilities because you never know what you might be able to do, and I will catch you later.